this is the digital oscilloscope, DSO for short. It measures various voltages and frequencies. So let's turn it on first. It has a display screen. There's really nothing on it right now because we're not connecting anything to it. There is a cable that we call the scope probe. At one end is this is called a BNC cable, and I'm going to plug this BNC cable into channel 1. So to do that, I have to push it in and turn it. There it is. Now it doesn't come out because I locked it in place. This other side, there are an alligator clip on one end and one of those micro grabbers at the other. The alligator clip goes on the bottom right here, the ground, and the micro grabber goes on the top. And now we have a signal on the screen. This signal is used to calibrate the scope. So I want to show you how to read the screen. So channel 1 is already selected. I plugged the BNC in channel 1 and that's what is displayed. If I selected channel 2, you see that there is a blue line there. There is a number 2 corresponding to channel 2. I can turn off channel 1, maybe. There it goes. And channel 2 doesn't have anything plugged into it. That's where the channel 2 input is. So I'm using channel 1 only. Channel 2 is off now, and that's the signal that I'm getting. Now, there's a knob here called position, and there's an up and down arrow, so I can move this signal up and down. There is another knob here that has position, and there is a left and right arrow, so I can move this around left and right. The reason for that is that I can read the values on the screen based on the little squares that are here, the divisions that are there. The vertical axis is voltage, the horizontal axis is time. So I'm going to lower this and then move it to the left so that this signal starts right on the center here, and then that starts on another line. And I'm going to count the voltage peak to peak. So that would be from here to there, from the valley to the peak. And that is 1, 2, 3 divisions. Then down in the corner, I see that each of the divisions is 1 volt. So 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus another one is 3 volts. So the peak-to-peak voltage then is 3 volts. Then I want to know what the period of the signal is. So the period is the amount of time it takes for the signal to start repeating itself. So from here to here would be 1 period, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Each one of those squares is 250 microseconds. So I know now how many volts per division and how many microseconds per division I have. I multiply that by the number of divisions to find the period and the peak-to-peak voltage. The other thing that I'm interested in is frequency. Frequency is 1 divided by the period. So if I actually look in the corner here, I see that the frequency is 1 kilohertz. So 4 times 250 microseconds, 1 over that will give me about 1 kilohertz. Another thing I can do is press the auto button, the blue button over here, and that will display the peak-to-peak voltage, about 3 volts, the period, about 1 millisecond, and the frequency, 1 kilohertz. So the auto button is a way of cheating and not having to figure out the volts per division and the seconds per division to calculate the signal.